Once upon a time, we humans foraged mountains high and valleys low in order to appease our rumbling tummies. These days, all we need worry about is scavenging the aisles of Walmart, and while that can be just as wild at times, you can bet that all the food in grocery store is safe to eat, right? Well, let's just say that this video will give you a lot of food for thought. Take this for example. Have you ever noticed a weird wild spot on your banana? Well, I sincerely hope not, as the truth about this white spot, and the other horrifying food-based revelations we have got in store, will truly make your skin crawl. So what are these strange little mounds, and why should you be concerned? Well, these little white growths are actually the nests of spiders, and not just any spider, the Brazilian wandering spider, aka the world's most venomous. Their bite is so toxic that it instantly attacks the nervous system, causing nausea, blurred vision, excruciating pain, and ultimately, death. Rarely will you find them outside of their South American homeland, but due to their love of hiding in dark, moist places, they occasionally smuggle themselves between bananas, where they make the journeys from the tropical regions they're harvested into your local grocery store and eventually your home. In fact, in 2013, a British family had to evacuate their London home as dozens of the deadly spiders sprouted from their bananas. 29-year-old Concy Taylor was midway through eating a banana when she spotted a suspicious white spot on the fruit. Mold, she initially assumed, but on closer inspection, she was horrified to see tiny spiders dropping out onto the table and scurrying around. The Taylor fled to safety and had their home fumigated of these deadly spiderlings. Luckily, even in their natural habitat, only 1 in 500 spiderlings of this species make it to adulthood, and their fangs aren't strong enough to pierce human flesh until they mature, meaning any real danger was fairly unlikely. Still, I don't think I'd have peace of mind until I knew each and every one of the little 8-legged lurkers were disposed of. Okay, so finding a nest of baby spiders is scary, sure, but imagine finding a more developed Brazilian wandering spider along for the journey. Well, this horror story became a reality for a Staten Island family in 2016, as they returned from the grocery store with a little more than they had bargained for. I'll let you see for yourself. If that were me, then let's just say this spider would be very flat and stuck on the bottom of my shoe. The breed of this grizzly spider is unconfirmed, though being from South America, it's likely one of those venomous Brazilian wandering spiders, seemingly the only one of its brood that reached adolescence in its little egg sac apartment. Considering the bite from one of these can ultimately lead to death, the only rational choice here would be to burn the banana and the house along with it, for good measure. And that's all the time we have for today, folks. If of this fact left you particularly grossed out, then let me know down in the comments, and share your own if you have any. And as always, seahorses are unique slow-moving fish that are found in shallow, temperate and tropical waters around the world. Their bodies contain bony plates, instead of scales. There are around 50 species of seahorses. They utilize specialized cells called chromatophores to blend in with their surroundings. Seahorses like to inhabit areas with sea grasses, mangroves, or coral that they can cling onto with their tail. This keeps them from being swept away with the current since they are poor swimmers. The fins on the side of their head can beat 50 times a second, helping them to steer while they swim by moving the long fin on their back. The size of a seahorse depends on the species. The tiniest seahorse only grows to the size of a grain of rice, while the largest species can reach over a foot 3 meters long. Tiny crustaceans are their primary food source. Since seahorses have no teeth, they must use their straw-like snout to suction their food from the water. Their eyes can move independently of one another so that they can look for food and look out for predators at the same time. They got their name because of the probability of a chess piece. They are most likely found in warm waters. The whole body of the dweller of the deep has spikes. This helps small animals to be realized from predators. In addition, spikes when additional disguise appears. The closest biological relative of the seahorse is the pipefish. Scientists have come to the conclusion that they come from a common ancestor. They are able to mimic like chameleons. By changing the color of their body, they merge with the vegetation, thereby avoiding the attention of both predators and potential prey. According to scientists, Only 1% of fry survive to adulthood.